Let's talk about Buffalo. Another avoidable tragedy in so many different levels. You've got a violent, terroristic young white man whose head is filled with false ideas about white replacement theory. Like black people came here to replace white people. We were dragged here. Not talking about indigenous replacement practice that we've lived out over hundreds of years here, nearly wiping the people out and taking most of the lands that they had known as their own. No, we're not talking about that. We've got a kid out here with a false idea of the history of the country because we don't want to teach the true history of the country. I never could think of a better ad for critical race theory than this terrorist who traveled 200 miles to Buffalo to kill black people going shopping at their grocery store, taking offline one of the few grocery stores that these black people have access to. So racism got him killed, and racism going to keep him hungry because we still do not adequately provide resources for all of our people in this country. You got an upset young man with perverse ideas of manhood who takes out his unprocessed emotional rage through guns because we encourage that in a nation populated more by guns than by people. We are a nation of guns with enough people to reload. And after Sandy Hook, it's obvious we don't care. After the day-to-day suicides, it's obvious we don't care. After gang violence, it's obvious we don't care. So we'll also attack social and emotional learning in our schools because that's what a little boy needs to process his anger and rage. But we're going to take that tool away and give him just hardware. That's it. Just the gun is the tool. That's what we're teaching. This idea that white men, some of them, are so afraid of losing, don't like being judged, feel like things are being taken away from them. Things have actually been taken away by a lot of people in this world. I'm familiar with that feeling. I don't like being prejudged or misjudged. I don't like feeling like I'm losing things. Hell, I don't like when the fonts change when there's a software update. But I don't take it upon myself to violently respond to these changes. And the sadder fact is that in the hole created by our poor educational system, by our unwillingness to teach our full story, our full history, and our full potential, into that vacuum, you pour voices like Tucker Carlson, who takes that emptiness and fills it with bile and is paid handsomely to do so, to exploit the fear, the loss of identity, and point that finger at Muslims and Mexicans and trans kids and black people and immigrants, and gives the only emotional outlet available as a gun. We are in a sick place. We are in a sick place, and we need other people talking to these young white men. We need Tucker Carlson offline, but we also need other voices online telling these men that fear is okay, uncertainty, unpleasant. What do we do with that? How do we work through that to get to a better place? Instead of just fearing loss, what would you have to look forward to? What might you gain by other people showing up, helping you do the work? Maybe I'm not a threat to you. Maybe I'm your road to a more prosperous future. Maybe I'm a hand up. Maybe I'm a partner. But we got things so twisted because we raised people over generations to not know the true history. We denied them access to the emotional tools and skills to be in touch with anything other than a violent response to fear and confusion and a sense of loss. We got to do better. And for the white people out there who want to do better, start telling a different story to yourselves about this future that we might all have together. Don't do it for me. I'm good. I know the truth. I feel more whole. Do it for yourself. What's the brighter future you want to be a part of when we stop dehumanizing people? What's the brighter future you can have when the things you have are not just inherited based on a racist system designed to advantage you, but truly on merit? What's the brighter future you can imagine when we actually work together to solve these big problems and face these big opportunities? Because climate change don't care about none of this. And we out here wasting lives, wasting energy, wasting stories, wasting emotion, wasting people on profitable propaganda and lies about who's going to replace us. The Republican Party is interesting with the whole replacement theory. They see more people being born of a different ethnicity. They see more people coming to this country. And rather than the market-based thinking of, expanded opportunity to sell our message, they stoke fear. They see it as dilutive. The free market people see an increased addressable market, new possible customers for your political ideology, as diluting your own voice. How weak is that? Believe in your damn self. There's more. There's always more. But for now, this is all I got. I could not sleep last night. I didn't want to read more of the details. We are going to repeat this story again and again until we don't. So let's tell a different damn story. Let's deal with this gun situation. Let's deal with this male identity crisis, and especially among young white men, and give them some other station to tune into.